Today, we continue to explain Season 5 of Game of Thrones. Stannis' army is also marching towards Winterfell. However, they suddenly encounter a heavy snowfall. The mercenary group has run away, and quite a few horses have died. There is also a shortage of food. Davos makes an inspection and finds that it is simply impossible to fight this battle. He quickly tells Stannis to keep quiet. It is best for them to return to Castle Black now. However, Stannis is determined to regain everything that belongs to him. The red-haired witch beside him believes even more in the prophecy she has seen, which says that the Bolton family will be defeated. Jon Snow temporarily hands over the command to the chief instructor at the Wall. Then he personally leads the Wildlings such as the Jonslayer and sets off for Hardhome. At the same time, Sir Aemon is also dying. Samwell Tarly and Gilly are by his side, seeing him off on his last journey. At the funeral, Samwell Tarly loudly announces Aemon's real identity. At night, two Night's Watchmen see Gilly and immediately have bad intentions. Fortunately, Samwell Tarly arrives in time. He gets beaten up until Ghost, Jon Snow's direwolf, comes out and saves the two of them. When Gilly is cleaning Samwell Tarly's wounds, Samwell Tarly expresses his love. Gilly kisses him directly. Daenerys Targaryen in Meereen is nominally married to Hizdahr Zeo Lorak, a nobleman, but she still sleeps with Daario Naharis every night and occasionally asks for his advice. Jorah Mormont and Tyrion's new master are just about to be presented to Hizdahr Zeo Lorak. Coincidentally, Hizdahr Zeo Lorak comes with Daenerys Targaryen to watch. As soon as Jorah Mormont hears that Daenerys Targaryen is here, he rushes out and presents a gift to her. Tyrion says in his words that he can assist Daenerys Targaryen in achieving great things. Regarding Jorah Mormont's problem, with Tyrion's persuasion, Daenerys Targaryen spares his life but exiles him from Meereen. In the capital city, Olenna Tyrell comes alone to the Great Sept of Baelor, intending to bribe the High Sparrow, but she finds that he is an extremely devout believer. After coming out, she receives a secret letter, which is actually an invitation from Petyr Baelish. The two meet in an abandoned brothel. Olenna Tyrell says that if something happens to their family, Petyr Baelish will surely be involved. Unexpectedly, Petyr Baelish brings a young man to her. On the other hand, King Tommen is very angry, but no matter what, Cersei refuses to give in and is extremely tough. Moreover, one day she disguises herself as kind and goes to the Great Sept of Baelor to bring some food to Margaery. After mocking Margaery, she feels extremely satisfied inside. After coming out, she is ready to talk to the High Sparrow about what to do next to deal with them. The High Sparrow answers all her questions one by one. Cersei is very satisfied, but the High Sparrow has something more to say. It turns out that they have also received evidence of Cersei crimes. Lancel Lannister, who has slept with Cersei, voluntarily confesses all his sins to the High Sparrow. Cersei wants to run away, but is directly thrown into prison. The only one who visits her is Qyburn. During the time when Cersei is not there, the small council has already summoned Sr. Kevin Lannister back to the capital city to serve as the Hand of the King, and is now fully in charge of all matters in the kingdom. In addition, Qyburn also says that King Tommen has been shut up in his room and hasn't eaten for many days. Cersei is extremely anxious. Qyburn says that only by confessing her sins to the High Sparrow, Cersei completely loses her composure. The perspective returns to the Wall again. Samwell Tarly takes the initiative to find Jon Snow and asks why Jon Snow wants to save the Wildlings. Jon Snow tells him that the Wildlings are not scary. What is really scary are the White Walkers. This is the reason for allying with the Wildlings. Jon Snow's people arrive at Hardhome. The Wildling tribes are on guard. The first one to block the way is a Wildling leader. He suspects that the Jonslayer has betrayed them and is then killed by the Jonslayer. Jon Snow says that the White Walkers are the common enemies of everyone, and only Dragonglass can defeat them. The Jonslayer also truthfully tells all the people present about Mance Rayder's death at that time. It was Stannis who killed Mance Rayder. Jon Snow gave him the final arrow just to spare him from pain. With the guarantee of the Jonslayer, the cooperating Wildling leaders have no choice but to follow. Only the Berserker Styr refuses to believe and leaves the meeting. Next, the Wildlings start to sort out their equipment. Unexpectedly, at this time, the dogs start barking nervously one after another. It seems that the distant snow Cap mountains are collapsing. The cold air quickly sweeps over. In fact, the White Walkers have launched a full-scale attack. The small boats can only speed up to transport people. Jon Snow leads several brothers of the Night's Watch to cross over first to block the gap and stop the attack of the Whites. A melee breaks out on both sides. On the distant hilltop, several people on horseback are watching all this. They are the Night King and his elite White Walkers. Jon Snow is about to climb onto the roof when he finds an elite White Walker inside the house. The Wildling leader beside him rushes over directly and is killed in 2 moves. Jon Snow originally wants to use Dragonglass to deal with it, but before he can get it, he is knocked down. Finally, Jon Snow instinctively uses his Valyrian steel sword to block. Unexpectedly, Valyrian steel can not only block, but also kill the White Walker instantly. The confused Jon Snow is helped up by Eddis and Tallet. The 3 of them quickly run towards the small boat. Fortunately, a giant covers their retreat and swims directly towards the big ship. The Night King stands on the dock and looks at Jon Snow for a while. Then he waves his hands. All the Whites that were lying down just now, as well as the corpses of the Wildlings who were killed, all stand up again. Next, there will be the deaths of several important characters. To find out what happens next, stay tuned for the next episode.